Snowflake IPO has a price IPO of about $150 a share to $200 a share. Is that reasonable? Hey guys, welcome back to FiscalVoyage. My name is Felix. And in this video, we're going to talk about Snowflake IPO. So there was just a new article that Seeking Alpha released or a news post where Bloomberg expects Snowflake IPO price to be about $195 to $200. And we're going to look at, in this video, other IPOs such as Facebook, Amazon, Google, Shopify, Facebook, and see how did they perform in their IPO. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and as well check out my free ebook in the description below. 5 quick metrics to look for before spending more time in investing in any particular company. So I saw this article in Seeking Alpha. Snowflake indicate to open at $155, $170, $190, $200. As you can see here, Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW, price its IPO last night at 120, well above the initial expected range of 75 to 85. And that 120 equated to a valuation of 33 billion versus 12.4 billion at the valuation round a few months ago. If we look at the percentage increase, that represents 166% increase in valuation in basically a month. That is crazy. Early indications were the stock to begin trading at 155 to 160, but things have been steadily rising, and now Bloomberg reports the opening price to be about $195 to $200. To me, this is crazy price valuation, and we're going to look at other IPOs and what they've done in their initial IPO prices, and the months and a year following after the initial IPO. The first one we're going to look at is Facebook. In May of 2012, the company really had their IPO at $38.23. That was much more reasonable than the $150 for Snow or Plus. And you can see here it actually went down in the IPO, so you actually lost money if you bought it that same day. But of course, now that Facebook is $269, this was a great price, right? But with IPOs, I personally like to wait and see for the price, and we'll go over some of the other big name companies now. But you can see here, Facebook was originally at $38, and then it just dropped from there all the way down to around $18 a share, and then picking up after that. And this was basically about 3 months or so after the IPO. So that's one thing to look at. And let's look at the next one. Alibaba here is another good example. $282 currently, but initial IPO at $93, a little more reasonable than the $150, $200, or even $300 that they're expecting. As you can see here, the original IPO actually dropped a little bit, but it did jump to $115. But then basically almost a year later, it got down as to $59 from September all the way to a whole year in September to $59, and since then it's been going up very, very nicely. So again, kind of wait and see after IPOs. See how they're performing, read some quarterly reports and things like that. So let's look at the next one. Tesla, everyone's favorite stock. As you can see here, of course, they had a recently split, so this may be different. But more or less, it started at $3.84, and then since then, it's just been going up since then. So much more reasonable valuation at $3.84 compared to $100, $150, $200. So look at the next one, Shopify. This one started at $28 at 31 cents. And you can see here now it's at $900. So definitely valuation matters tremendously. If we look at the next one, Amazon started at $1.73 in 1997. And you can see here is it's been very going up since then, right now at 3,144. But you can see you have opportunities. Just because a new company comes out in IPO doesn't mean you have to buy it right away. Give it some time. Give it some quarters, some fiscal years, and see how it's going. Because as you can see here, there's been plenty of opportunities to buy Amazon at a very great price. A corporation, $509 a share now. You can see here, first IPO was $1.64. Obviously, in 1999, they had the tech bubble in 2000. That's why it jumped a little bit to $14 and such. But ever since then, it's been under $10. 2008 had an increase to $40, but then it went right back down to $8, $7, and then as soon as 2012, you can see here, it averaged between $10 to $20, for a few years, and then it just started to pick up in 2015. And after that, just been exploding, of course, because this is where Bitcoin come in, where people are buying video cards to go mining and such like that. So that's why the price increased. But here's a good example of all this time period. Really, the company was flat. They weren't paying dividends or anything. It was just been flat, up and down. There's been times where you could make a profit and then sell, and then buy another low and then sell again. But stuff like that. So this is another good example. And then we look at Netflix as well. It started at $1.21 at 2002, in May 24, 2002. And, it's been at the very low, under $5 a share. And then it jumped in 2011 to $36, and then right back down to $9, $8. And then since then, it's been up ever since. But these are great companies. It just give you an example of just, wait and see. Don't just buy at a IPO. Wait and see, read some quarterly reports. And the same thing with the other companies that I mentioned here. You can see here with Shopify, basically, around $30, $40 for almost 2 years. And then it started to pick up. But you had a whole bunch of quarterly reports to read, fiscal annual reports to read, as well as you can see here Tesla. Quarterly reports, it's jumped up, but then here's more time for you. It's been flat at this time period and flat here. It dropped in February 2016 to $38. Of course, this is after the split that they announced, but it's the same principle. So there's been opportunities. So there's no need for me, for example, and I would recommend others to be buying Snowflake at this price valuation. Kind of give it a few quarters, maybe even a year, and see how they're doing, see revenue growth, maybe they're profitable, margin, operating margin, net margin. Look at those information, give it some time with the quarterly report. So these valuation is, in my opinion, too crazy for an IPO. So there you have it. Those are my opinion on Snowflake. I personally would just wait and see how it goes, wait for a few quarters, maybe even an annual report release. Before even investing into this company, see how it's doing. Is revenue growing at a double-digit rate, 20%, 30% rate? If it is for the next 2 quarters, 3 quarters, then you're looking at a good maybe buying opportunity. But again, the valuation is very, very important before buying into these type of companies. And as you saw in my examples, there's these great companies, for example, Amazon and Tesla, where it was basically flat, where you had a lot of opportunities to look for and read these quarterly reports. So keep Snowflake in your watch list, and I wouldn't buy into this hype in the initial IPO stock price for Snowflake. Just keep it in the watch list, read its quarterly reports and annual reports, and then make your decision then. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and if you like this video, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and check out my free ebook in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.